And now, do we have the music back? No, we lost the music forever. You stole the music. It's like
I don't know what happened.
it totally disappeared. It like, I guess our copyright. We lost our copyright to it. Hello, my friend. Hello. Okay, are we going live? Are we going?
We're live.
I am live. So I've been live making a fool of myself for the last few minutes here. Okay, well, Intern Pursuit has just opened up. So we got a whole lot of young people walking in and avoiding our table. And then this guy comes right over to Visit Florida, just like passed us up like we're not even here.
Visit Orlando.
That's Visit Orlando?
That's Visit Orlando.
Yeah, that's Visit Orlando.
You said Visit Florida.
Okay. They can't see you. Wait, where are you? Come on now. My producer does not have you on there.
Producer, how do I get?
Oh,
myself
you gotta
on?
get yourself into the. Okay. So, I'm staring around. There's always the guy that's like right there, standing at the door, doesn't know exactly what he wants to do. Yep, here he goes. Here he goes. He's moving slowly. He's got his phone. He's asking somebody, "Who am I here to see?" Yes, there he is. You all see him. Y'all see him in your vision. Okay, so he's now walking very slowly. He's eyeing the room. He thinks he knows what he's doing. He's now gone past 3 tables. He's 4. Still staring. Still staring. Still staring. Oh, he's shy. Okay, he needs to get a girlfriend to tell him how to do this, right? Right, Addison? So now we have, as they've come in, they've all hit their own places, right? So you can't make this shit up. My God, we had better business the last time. We had talked to 5 people the last time. David's not here. That's the problem. You need to get my partner because he's black and bald. I mean, black and bald. Like that's what you need in this room. Okay, David, why did you not show up? Nobody wants to. We have the whole professional setup here. This is why nobody wants to be here. So if you are a fan of You Can't Make This Shit Up, you can't make this shit up. We have been at Intern Pursuit for a total of 3 minutes. Everybody has walked in here and has passed us by. Nobody. Oh, Visit Orlando has another person. They've had 2 people so far.
Joel, you're really making me laugh over here.
That's fine. You can laugh all you want to. You can say something too. Hey, if you're here at Intern Pursuit, look over in the corner because I'm here. Okay. Okay. Now this lady. Okay. Now, Addison.
Yes.
That lady has been standing there since the moment we've opened. She is still looking at her phone. She's still holding her resumes with her life. Don't worry, we're open. We're open for business. Yay! We're open for business. Yeah. Yes, I am talking about you. So if you are in the building, I am talking about you. Okay, so these young ladies, they look nervous. Oh, they're very nervous. They're going to walk right past us. Oh, my goodness, here they go. They're going to right by us. Bye. See ya. Bye. Nope. Nobody. Okay. These are all the shy people coming in. That's why they need an extra half hour. Okay. You can't make this shit up. I mean, I do need interns, okay? So, what am I going to do? Should I stand up? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe sitting down is not getting me anybody. No.
Maybe they're intimidated by the TV.
Oh, yes, the TV that has us on there.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is, so let's go like this. Let's try to entice them. You can come over if you want to. Hi, I'm Joel. I'm with J&Washington, and you're more than welcome to sit down and have a conversation. You looking for an internship?
I am.
Okay, come sit down and tell me about it. Come on. No, come on. Come on, Addison. Addison is my current star here. Okay.
Let's see here.
So.
Put some headphones on.
Put your headphones on. Get yourself comfortable.
Okay.
Now talk right into the mic.
How's this?
They love you. They absolutely love you. Okay, so you're looking for an internship.
Yes, sir.
You got to get closer because I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
And what is your name?
My name is Megan Brooks.
Megan Brooks.
Nice to
and
meet you.
I'm Joel Hoxley. I am the J in J&Washington.
Oh, fun.
We are a boutique PR firm. We
Okay.
mostly deal with political people.
Okay.
We work with community events. So one of our biggest things that we're working on right now is called political salsa.
Ooh.
So-
is there dancing involved?
If you want to dance, I'll dance it. I'll dance with anybody. So it's a gathering of all the Latin Americans that have come to Florida, since we have like one of the largest
Oh, yeah.
populations.
Especially in South Florida.
Yes, South Florida, definitely, because you have the melting pot down there.
Absolutely.
So where are you from?
I'm from South Florida, actually.
What part of South Florida?
West Palm.
West Palm Beach. So
Absolutely.
let's see. West Palm Beach is best known for Rush Limbaugh, who lived down there.
I'm like, I have no idea what we're known for.
Well, you're known for the Williams sisters, who
Okay.
they totally practiced down there until they became stars. You know,
Oh,
Vina and
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm from Massachusetts, and I've only lived in Florida since 2000. I lived in Boca Raton,
Okay, yeah.
Deerfield, actually.
Not far.
So, yeah. How was it when the president lived down there?
Oh my God, it was crazy. I live about like 25 minutes from PBI, which is the airport that he would fly into, and they would shut down the roads all the time. And then Palm Beach Island, there's really only like a few, if not just one main entrance to the island, so that was always a big ordeal.
Yeah, well, we don't have to
For-
worry about it. We don't have to worry about it anymore because
Yeah.
we got Biden. He lives in Delaware, so they just shut down Delaware because it's the size of Palm Beach, right? Okay, so you're looking for an internship. What are you
Yes.
looking for? What?
So, good question. Right now, I'm working as a PR intern, so I'm doing a lot of writing and research.
With who? You can tell the world.
With Anbar, who is actually here tonight as well.
Yeah, Anbar. They're the ones that are straight down on Lake Eola,
Yes, great location. Super
Very
fun
good.
to be downtown Orlando.
and they're a big firm though.
Yeah, it's very big. Our PR department is only like 5 people, though. So it's like a powerhouse of women. So great to be a part of.
I was just going to say, Anbar is definitely got a lot of beautiful women. They're a beautiful company. They do a lot. But so, politics. Do you do anything in politics? Like you don't have to you don't have to reveal anything. But do you have your beliefs? Do you vote?
I do vote. I do. And I do have my beliefs. Yes. What can I say about this?
Politically correct, or you want to be incorrect?
You know,
See, let me tell you about.
I like to think I'm not an incredibly PC person. However, I was told this was live, so.
Oh, this is live. So I'm gonna tell you, you're on a show called "You Can't Make This Shit Up." So it's not
Okay,
like
so
you.
it's not very
It's
PC,
not
huh?
like you can make it. Okay, so what we're doing is like those moments that you just got that deer in the headlights. Holy shit! What just happened? Like, oh my God! I just went to the beach and I found out it was a nudist beach, and I'm like,
And
okay.
I'm like, oh my God.
And I'm standing here going, I still want to get in the water, but you can't make this shit up. How did this beach, like last week it wasn't, and this week no, I'm just saying, anything like that. It's
Okay.
those incredible moments that we all have.
Absolutely. I find myself quite often deer in the headlights.
Yeah? Me too.
I need to be more anticipating things.
So what we do at J&Washington.
Yes, please tell me.
J&Washington is a bipartisan.
Okay.
I'm a Republican. It might be the first one you've ever met.
That's not
And
true.
my partner, my partner in crime is a Democrat. So
Okay.
we simply try to get solutions. So we have several things under our umbrella. We have Bringing America Together again. That educates on politics for both sides. We have A New Voice, which is a PC, which raises money for our candidates. And if you could tell, A New Voice is because these are the candidates that absolutely need that help because they're not going to raise $1 million, right?
So these are more people who need
Local.
financial help? Okay, I see.
Local, the first timers, you know? So, and what else do we have? Political salsa. You would love political salsa. Political salsas are key right now because it's a moment that you're not writing. You'd be actually going out and you'd be talking to the vendors for sponsorship and everything. You'd be actually having that conversation saying,
Yeah.
what is the benefit for you to be involved? What does your Hispanic outreach look like? When was the last time, like Bogan Munz and Munz, love the company, but Bogan Munz and Munz is definitely got its history in a very interesting place.
Okay.
They do, like everybody does, they go after, injuries. But they have so much more that nobody knows about because they're not reaching out in the way that I would.
So what you're doing is kind of helping them reach out?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So then it's called the salsa because it's a mixing bowl. We're going to bring all of the Latins and everybody. And we do it all in English because the majority of people that want to know about the Latin community and be engulfed in their history are us people like, hey, I love it. And I can't be in Panama. I can't be in Mexico. I can't be there. So come and enjoy this stuff. So your internship, an internship here is a lot of thinking, a lot of actually getting out there and talking. You'll feel like a salesperson.
I do like to talk.
Really, I didn't know that. I mean, I got you sit here on a podcast, and we do podcast every Thursday.
Oh wow.
We have Morning Constitution, which is more history.
Okay.
Can't Make This Shit Up, which is whatever the beep we want to say.
Sounds up my alley.
And then, let's see, what's the last thing David Washington show, which is a boring thing about Democrats at night. I said it, David. David, you guys are in the state of Florida. It's a Republican now, so we joke around. So, what are you looking for? Because if we can help you, I know these people right next door. That's really where you wanted to go is visit Orlando. So,
I was looking for some more in-house type of internship to kind of focus on one company because I already got that agency experience. So I don't know. I was just searching for something new, really.
Well, this would be definitely new.
It would be new.
And what are you, a sophomore, senior?
I'm going to be a senior. Yes, I have.
Nice.
Well, like maybe technically I am. I graduate after next fall. So
nice.
I'm getting old.
Who's your favorite professor?
Ooh.
Now you're on live. So
I know this might be controversial too for the Nicholson community, but his name was Doug Blimker, but he left.
Yes.
But he was my writing for PR teacher, and he taught me so much.
I am surprised he left.
Yeah, me too. Got a better job, I guess. But he was very graceful about it. I had him as a professor while he left, and he had to leave early, but he said his apologies, and he set us up well. So he gave me a great foundation, so I appreciate him. But obviously, Lindsay Huddock is amazing too. So.
Well, Lindsay is the ad PR program now. I mean,
she is. She's a powerhouse. She's great.
So, leave your resume. Would you do that?
Yes, I will. And thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
I enjoy it. See, I want to hear opinions of young people. I had Addison on the show one time, and she's said 4 words. So, you've done better than she has. So,
well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. No, I'm Joel.
I'm Jean Thomas. Nice to meet you.
Jean Thomas?
Yes.
Get the mic right there. If you can't hear yourself comfortably, they can't hear you either.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I can see you too.
Yes.
So say your name again.
My name is Jean Thomas Matusko.
Okay, and your first internship?
This is not my first internship.
No, I'm just saying, your first internship?
Oh, it was Toyota.
Toyota?
Yes, I'm a part of their digital marketing team.
Toyota?
Toyota.
The American-made car.
No.
Yes, it's made in New York. I mean, it's made in Kentucky. Built in Kentucky, but designed in
Japan.
Yes. Listen, I love it. See, I'm a NASCAR fan, so I'm
Really?
not a Toyota fan because no, Joe Gibbs might have been a great coach for football, but I'm not a big fan. So
Should I leave right now?
no, you don't have to leave.
I'm
I
just
mean, my
kidding, I'm
son
playing.
sells Hondas, for Christ's sakes. So you're on a show called You Can't Make This Shit Up.
Okay.
You're talking to a company called J&Washington. We are a bipartisan company because we work with politics. We work with politicians. We help people that need things done with the government. So we're very involved in a lot of things. But the biggest thing we're doing now is Pulsa, which is political salsa.
Okay.
No politics at all. Just a party for the Latin community one day out of the year, and we're going to do it at a place called Roboland this year.
Where is that?
That is on International Drive,
Oh, wow.
and it's brand spanking new. It just opened up.
So is it Brazilian influenced as well? Because it's on International Drive. Everyone, like all the Brazilians live there.
All the Brazilians live there. Yeah. See,
I'm
this guy-
Brazilian, I would
This
know.
guy knows the politics, so it's going to have Brazilian. It's going to be all Latin American. But it used to be. It started out as a Puerto Rican thing, and I was like, why do Puerto Ricans get all the fun? Yeah, like Latin America is beautiful. So I got the opportunity to take it over, and instead of being every 2 years, we're going to do it every year, and it's just going to be fun.
Congratulations.
So, Toyota,
Yes.
digital campaign. So you know social media.
I very much do.
So what platform should I stay away from?
Facebook. For sure, Facebook.
No. I'm on Facebook. I got to be on Facebook. Everybody and their mother's on Facebook.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, TikTok's the one I thought you'd say.
Oh, TikTok. Oh, that's just chronic internet. They believe anything on TikTok.
Yeah, my granddaughter. I take it from me. So I'm learning. But yeah, so we're looking for an intern who knows social media. We are currently on Facebook, of course. Twitter. I need somebody who likes to tweet.
You're in luck.
Because, I mean, I'm a little crazy, if you haven't figured that out already.
Oh, for sure.
But I just can't be pithy. Like, I need to be pithier, you know? I need to be able to pop something out.
Oh, so you're like spicy on Twitter. You're like, you like to pack a punch with the tweets. If someone says something like, I would say redundant to what you tweeted, you would be like making fun of them? Or
Oh, yeah, I love to make fun of it. I make fun of myself. Might as well
Right.
make fun of everybody else.
right.
So I'm a Republican, and now, if you know anything about politics in the state, the Republicans are in charge. You know that, right?
Oh, yes, I am very aware.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because some people don't realize. David, my partner, he's a Democrat. He just doesn't realize that the Republicans are in charge, and he
They
tries
are
to
very much in
run the
charge.
company like he owns it. Oh, he does.
He does.
No, so what? I am a big First Amendment guy.
Okay.
Love the First Amendment. This is why I have a podcast. This is why I like to reach out. And then for Senator Brodeur is up there trying to sue, make it easier to sue reporters. He's trying to make sure bloggers are like registered. And I'm with Newt Gingrich. I mean, come on, this guy has gone crazy. He needs to get a pocket constitution and start reading the damn thing.
Right, but on what grounds is he trying to what was the context behind it?
These bills?
Yeah.
So the bill for registering, he says, is because the politicians should know, and the people should know who's paying the blogger to write nasty things about other people. But I would say, who really gives a shit? If they can write something nasty about you, they're gonna write it anyways, right?
Right. I just think for me, I wouldn't want that for anyone, but I do believe that companies shouldn't be allowed to take down posts as well. So, companies like Yelp, if you get a bad Yelp, I worked in the food industry and entertainment industry, and I worked in retail. I know a lot about every single industry
Nice.
you can imagine. So companies like Yelp, if you get a bad review, they can ask you to pay them to take it down. So I feel like that's where we kind of get into the line of politics where, maybe we shouldn't let anyone say anything. You should have your first name. If you're going to talk down on a company, you should know who's going to say it or who's paying. That's what I believe personally, because if you can't.
Go ahead, you can talk.
Oh,
Dave.
okay.
We're live, so every time you take it, it's like.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
you're
But-
live. I'm just letting you know because
Right.
I'm enjoying this. This is my best conversation yet.
Really?
Yeah.
But so I just think if you're allowed to say anything on the internet, why can't you just say it with your name and your face? That's just because I believe that.
Now, this is the thing. The reason people are nasty on the internet is because they are allowed to hide in these mysterious places. And I get it. Like, look, I have my fake account. We all do.
I don't.
When you get blocked, you gotta be able to read that stuff anyways. No.
Not me.
No, I'm...
No, I believe
funny.
you.
No, but it's like, I want to say something upsetting. I want to say it to their face. I don't want to say it behind their back.
Of course.
Listen, I'm in the United States of America because I have the right to be insulted. So that's the benefit of being here.
Oh, for sure. You're allowed to say whatever you want. Now, the internet has kind of ruined that
Yeah, of course.
because there's just so many restrictions, especially with like the whole Elon Musk. You can't say anything to his face because he will block you and suspend your Twitter account. That's a huge thing.
Elon, please. Please, Elon. I'm going to say some things, and you're not going to block me, right? I know you're not going to block me. I'm one of
He's
your
gonna
best.
block you.
I'm one of your best fans, right?
He doesn't know you.
I mean, aren't you the guy with Blue Origin?
I don't
No,
know.
that was an insult.
I know.
I'm going to say, but he doesn't own a newspaper. Look it, Bezos went out and bought a newspaper. He went out and bought Twitter.
Yeah, but I'm sure he bought more than just Twitter.
He paid a lot of money for it. So tell me about yourself. So you're in what program?
I'm in the advertising public relations program, and I also have a legal studies minor, so I study law as well. So that's why I'm very interested in this. I am Brazilian American, so I was raised here, but I grew up in a Brazilian culture in South Florida.
So are you happy that the Brazilian president just spoke at CPAC?
I don't like any Brazilian politics. I refuse to talk about it because they all are horrible people. Truly.
No, I'm
Truly.
I have a friend who, listen, you have Spider-Man that runs every year. I mean, if you if you wanted to look at Brazilian politics, it's really interesting. So I'm not gonna let my new friend Jean
Thomas.
I love your name. Damn.
Thank you.
So Jean Thomas, so you won't talk politics with me. So let's. I'm just joking. No. So what was I getting at? So if I had an internship, what would you mold it to be for you to take an internship with J&Washington?
J&Washington. So you are trying to create what I really admired, and like it's very interesting, a Latin America. That's your purpose of coming here, and it's kind of like a political free thing because everyone in Latin America has different views, and like, but we all just come together because we're all Latin American, you know. So it's just like we all love each other unconditionally. Americans too. Like at the bottom line, like if a British person were to insult an American, it doesn't matter what political party you're from, they will insult the British person before they insult their most hated political party.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. So at bottom line, we all kind of have a mutual respect for each other, even though there are horrible people out there on both ends of both parties. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not going to lie. I'm more towards the blue side. So that's just my personal belief. But that's just because I grew up in the Latin American way, and my parents are both immigrants. So the blue side kind of helped my parents rise up to where I am today.
Well, now I won't use my communist joke because I was gonna.
I'm not from a communist country,
so I was gonna be silly and say our new thing is we used to be able to say liberal, and that was an insult. Now it's socialism, right? And like,
yeah.
And then you get a lot of people like, you're socialist, and I'm like, do you know what a socialist is? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know either, but.
And then when the Democrats tell me it's a democracy, this is my favorite. We're not a democracy. We're a republic.
So Republican democracy.
We have a democratic system that allows us to select those that will represent us. If we had the other way around, then democracy is like the messiest of all governments. If you really had a free-flowing democracy, because then you could vote everything you want. Like, you want you want to take my company? Just get these. Oh shit! Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
All you have to do is get my interns to say, hey, you know what? We could take this company away from him.
Yep.
Let's vote.
I petition America just to make it a democracy, so then we can get I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, we can get it. We can get Joel's company. You know
I'm
what,
just kidding.
Jean Thomas? I will be calling you because I think that you may be a great fit.
Thank
And
you.
we do a Thursday broadcast all the time. I would love to have you, even if you're just thinking of being on a show. Tell me what internships you get. And listen, I've had an enjoyable time with you.
Thank you.
And I know my audience is going to have a great time too.
I'm glad.
Thank you. You're just like, what?
I'm just honored, frankly.
Come on. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So you can't make this shit up. So what brought you to Intern Pursuit?
Well, I just started here at UCF doing advertising public relations, and I kind of want to see everything that the field has to offer and see what's out there. I want to
Freshman?
Freshman.
Freshman. Have you taken the written exam? Have you taken the writing and gotten in? Have you
Yes.
been accepted?
Yes.
Yes, he's been accepted into the program. Only 40 people. Listen, this is incredible because only 40 people each semester will get in this program. So this is a remarkable individual. So now, listen, I am a graduate of this program, and I will say it is the best program on the campus of UCF.
I'd be inclined to agree.
Yeah, it is. Woo, there we go. Okay. So I am a graduate 2017 of UCF, and I would tell you that this type of internship, it doesn't pay, but what it does is it gets you. This has got to be David's because David's got the limp one, right? I'm just being terrible with it. So it doesn't pay, but you'll get to meet many of the political leaders in our community because we work with them. You meet several of the businesses like Bogan Muns and Buns and the James and like they're all over. All these, if they're on a billboard, we're probably talking with them.
After my undergrad, I intend on going for a law degree, or I intend to go into lobbying. Those are like the two fields I'm looking into the most.
Well, then you are. This is the company for you because we are political. My partner is a Democrat. I'm a Republican. We do politics all the time. Jerry Demings is a good friend. I consider him a friend. He may not consider me a friend. I've run people against him. But they're a great family. The Demings family is great, and I'm a Republican. So when a Republican says that the family is great, the politics might not be in agreement, but they're good people.
Hey, that's all that matters at the
So-
end of the day.
So politically, without revealing, you don't have to reveal on this show. Politically, is this the university? The politics of the university fit you like so far?
I mean, I've seen the politics all over the place. I live fairly central on campus, so I've actually been blocked by two different types of protesters, one of which was like a super religious group that didn't like LGBTQ, and the other one, I actually don't know what they were doing.
Whew.
But they seemed very mad.
Yeah, this is a crazy place.
It's you get a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, you do.
It's one of my favorite pastimes when I was taking psychology with Dr. Nagy was because he actually got fired here at one point because of some political views he expressed, and
Yeah.
it was an interesting rabbit hole to dive in after he took his test. We had like an hour in between the test and the what do we call it, the lecture after.
Wow.
So
I am a PR major, ad PR major, and my minor was in political science.
so was mine.
So I had a good time. Like I had a really good time. So I'm a Republican. I am a traditional Republican. So
The old
you
fashioned.
find there's a difference in politics nowadays. So
Yeah.
as a traditional Republican, there's things that I will always like. I will defend the First Amendment. I will defend the right to bear arms with some reasonable common sense. Like
Yeah,
with
it's
some
fine.
reasonable common sense. Like there's certain things like
Yeah, like,
I'm not gonna say let's eliminate background check.
fine.
These people that want to go, it's in the Constitution. We should have the right to do it no matter what. Come on now.
the 3/5 compromise is also in the Constitution, is it not?
Yeah, we could talk about it. I am a constitutionalist, so the Constitution has been amended several times, and those amendments were important. And now I'm going to ask you something.
Yes.
While
please do.
I have you here, and while this thing is deciding to go crazy on me, How many? Okay, so 12 amendments were introduced as the Bill of Rights. Only 10 of them
Yeah.
were ratified. So we have 10 Bill of Rights. How many of those 12 have been adopted in the Constitution? How many of those amendments have been adopted?
Like subsequently, like past
Yeah.
the Bill of Rights era?
Yeah, because there's two that are out there. Did either one of those two ever make it in?
I don't know for certain, actually. I don't really know. I've heard of those amendments, but I haven't. I love history.
So you look at our last amendment, the 21st Amendment. 21st Amendment?
No, that was not our last one.
Our last
Is it the
amendment, 27th. 20,
Yeah, I think 27th. Yeah.
Yeah, the 27th Amendment. That would be the 11th of the. So it's the longest. That's the longest amendment to ever get ratified.
Really? So wait, so that was one of the.
One of the original Bill of Rights.
Well, we came around eventually. Anti-federalist.
Yeah, we had to have our man Boehner come along and fix things up and say, hey, you know what? This pay raise thing kind of should be in the Constitution.
Come to think of it, such a very fundamental.
Maybe you shouldn't
idea.
be voting on your current salary in the current year. Maybe you should have it rate on that.
Maybe just as a thought, we shouldn't have financial incentives in politics for everything.
Oh my God!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
You got it. My goodness, man! It's like you can't make this shit up. So
That's the name of it.
yeah, you can't make this shit up. And I say it all the time. So, what is your favorite subject?
My favorite I wouldn't go into it just because of what the fieldwork entails, but history. I can't get enough of that.
Love
genuinely.
history.
Genuinely.
Love history. If you were interning with me, that's be my Achilles heel. Would be you get a history lesson all the time. So my morning podcast is the Morning Constitution, and we talk about all kinds of things. President's Day, I went through and I talked about the different presidents and kind of made little comments, little snickers, and like. But we'll leave that for another day because
Did you know that Andrew Jackson had a pet parrot, and he actually taught it to swear, and it was swearing at his funeral, and they ended up taking the parrot out of the funeral.
That was one I have to look up because that one I did not know. I know a lot of stupid stuff. So
I promise you, it's real. But actually,
no, it probably is. Can you believe? I mean, this is how people don't understand history. Like, you want an internship? This lady will help you find an internship. So
Kyle wants an internship. He's a great guy, very smart.
yeah. What's he
Very
smart in?
The common sense variety, just great communicator, very friendly.
What kind of internship is he looking for?
Between you and me, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what he's looking for either because he's not speaking. Like he just came over here like staring. Hey, my friend is sitting at the table. What's being done? Yeah. So Thomas Jefferson and John Adams.
Oh yes, that was
Great friends. Great friends. One ends up in France. The other one ends up in England.
Mm-hmm.
They come back, and their whole relationship starts to break down.
Yeah, they got into a lot of big political rivalries and stuff.
Yeah, because Thomas Jefferson's an asshole.
Well,
he hung out with
true.
assholes too. I mean,
it is
so
sort of true.
It's like, hey, I got a beef with John Adams. He wants to have a navy and this and that, and he wants to make sure he pays for this stuff, and we shouldn't have one, and then they start all these different fights.
In 1800, because the first time, he ended up as Adams' vice president, kind of on accident because of the way the old elector system worked before the 12th Amendment.
Correct.
But when he ran against Adams, people are like how mean, talk about how mean politics are now. Like, dang.
So okay, I like what you're saying because this is things that we need to talk about. So they could not run. So this is the funny thing. When I said Thomas Jefferson sent his attack dogs out, that's literally what he did Because they don't. When you ran for president, you did not run for president.
No, you didn't
Your
go out and
name
make
was
speeches.
Your name was put on the list, and you had a bunch of people that went out there to kind of shake it up. You know, hey, let's get this happening.
Yeah, people didn't start going out to like actively campaign on their own behalf until like what was it, 1856 when Douglas started. Yeah.
Correct. A lot of people don't get that. It's like we see the president. We see the presidents all the time. Every state, they're trying to get everywhere, but no, that was not the case.
Yeah, these days, if somebody did that, we'd be like weirded out. We wouldn't trust this person.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I mean, it's like, why are you so bad? Why are you so hard on Thomas Jefferson? I'm hard on everybody. Like Adams is. It's amazing because these guys both die on July 4th.
That's right.
Hours apart on the same day. Hours apart.
That's right. Didn't Jefferson outlasted him, right?
Yes, barely.
and then like when he heard, then didn't he like say it afterwards like, at least I lived longer than Adams.
Yes. But they patched things up before they died. They started writing again, and you know, it's political systems. They're the reason we have parties. Honestly, parties don't come into full effect until later.
Yeah,
but like Andrew Jackson is not the founder of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, he's founder of the Democrat Party of the olden days.
No, he is Martin Van Buren actually put the party together to get
That's true.
him elected.
Jackson was like their face, though.
He was the face of it because he had lost terribly to John Quincy Adams, even though he beat John Quincy Adams in the election.
Yeah, like he had him in the popular vote, but he wasn't close in the.
No, he only had 99.
Wait.
He only had 99 electors, and John Quincy had 89.
Yeah.
Then there were two others in there. One was
Clay.
Henry Clay.
Yeah.
Henry Clay is the key, right? So Henry Clay comes in fourth.
What a lad.
He's the Speaker of the House. He can't be in the only three names get put forward, so the three names get put forward to the Congress, and the deciding vote happens to be Henry Clay, who puts John Quincy Adams in, and then it doesn't stop there because then it really pisses off Jackson because Quincy Adams goes, hey, I want Clay to be my Secretary of State. And most Secretaries of State by this time have all become president.
Yeah.
So it's like...
But Clay never did.
So it's like...
Try.
Well, Clay, if you want to talk about an incredibly interesting person that is very, very forgotten.
Yeah, like the great compromiser.
I mean, Clay is... His history is phenomenal. Like, it's the guy who did everything but never, ever succeeded to the top, right?
He was so close. He is such an influential part of, the whole pre-Civil War era, which...
Absolutely.
Everything that happens in history is relevant. Most things happen in history are relevant.
Oh, everything that happens in history is relevant. Because in some way, shape, or form, you will find something that clicks. But I want to make sure that my interns have your resume. You put a little smiley face on it because I want to remember that we had a very good conversation here, and we're going to talk about protests and stuff like that. Even if you don't internship with me, you got to be listening. You got to be calling in. You got to be part of our show. Okay?
Can't make this shit up.
Can't make this shit up. And where's your buddy? I want him back here.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Like the wind.
You guys friends or you better than friends?
No, he has a boyfriend. I'm not gay though.
No, I'm saying, are you friends? Or you like you hang out?
We're mostly in class friends because we have like every class together.
Oh, see, I did that with a couple of students.
we talk some outside, but it's mostly trying to answer questions with each other. Like, did you read this? Were you able to find this? What are you doing for Intern Pursuit?
Excellent.
Is this professor late to their office hours again? All the fun stuff.
Cool.
Keeping track.
Well, I didn't think you were gay. I was just asking if you were friends. Or like some people go to school, they graduate high school, and then they end up in the same school because that's how close they've been as friends.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, I was married at freaking 18 years old, so I can tell you stories. You can't make
Hey.
this shit up.
I'm already older than you there, so. Young you. Older than young you, not
Yes.
older than you.
Wow. Like, you're not married, right?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, so see, I did something before you. Take care.
Well, a point for you.
Yay, we're gonna have scores with this one. Thank you very
All
much.
right. Thank you very much. It was delightful.
Well, if you ever want to watch it, it's going to be on YouTube. You can see how
definitely watch.
terrible a job I did.
Great talking to you.
No, great talking with you.
I'll be in touch with you soon. I have a cruise tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday. I can get in touch with you.
Okay.
after that.
Absolutely. What's up? This guy? You're talking? You talking? That's it.
He also ordered a smiley face.
Yeah, you got to put a smiley face on that one, so I remember that he was on the broadcast. He likes history, so I know he's my kind of guy. So test your mic. Okay.
Test.
See it. If you don't talk into it, they can't hear you.
Yeah.
And whoever they are, I don't know who they are, but hopefully they're decent human beings. So my name is Joel Hoxley. I am the J in J&Washington.
Yep.
This is You Can't Make This Shit Up. And you are at Intern Pursuit, and you are now sitting next to the craziest human being in this room. So you can't make this shit up. So what's your story? I'm Joel.
I'm Robert Vincent Hahn.
Robert Vincent.
Vincent Hahn. Not hyphenated. That's just my
Okay.
middle name. I don't even know why I said it.
Robert Vincent Hahn.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Yeah.
It
German.
flows, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little German there. I was in Giebelstadt, Germany for a little while. That's
Yeah.
near Würzburg, if you don't know anything about Germany.
Less than I should.
Oh, see, this is a funny thing. We all tell people about our nationality, and all of a sudden it's like somebody's like, oh, yeah. And you're like, I have no freaking clue what you're talking. So you're looking for an internship. So what brought you to Intern Pursuit?
Honestly, I just need something to do. You know, I'm a sophomore in college, and my first year, you know, I kind of more or less went through the motions, just getting used to everything, which isn't a bad thing at all.
No.
I don't think anyone should worry about that. But now I'm in my second year, and it's like, I'm really getting more career-oriented now in my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to take way more classes related to my major. I'm a journalism major, by the way.
Journalism?
Yeah.
You have one of my favorite professors over in journalism.
Yeah, I love it. I actually can't quite remember. A lot of people are like, I remember exactly why I wanted to become a writer or a director or a businessman or whatever. I can't really pinpoint it, but I just remember sometime between like my junior year in high school and now, I was like, yeah, I want to do journalism.
So do you want to be writing for a newspaper? Do you want to be writing for...
My strength is in writing. So
Okay.
my strength is in writing. So I'd hope to maybe be able to do something in writing, but print is not as popular format as it's been in the past couple decades.
No, it's not.
And even the curriculum at UCF has adjusted for that. Even print students are required to take certain electronic media classes.
Well, you can't be in print without... if you were in the Orlando Sentinel, you would be doing a podcast. Just like
Yeah.
that. I mean,
Oh, yeah, for
they
sure.
they can no longer just sell the newspaper. They have to sell every single aspect, and
Yeah.
it's not easy for them. And I'll compliment them every once in a while, but I'm really hard on the press. I really am. I'm just that.
That's what that is exactly what you should expect.
Journalism used to be one of those things that I could trust, that they were trying to tell me both sides of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I just think they're trying to tell me a story, and that's why we have two sides. We used to have fair and balanced. What's fair and balanced? You know, you had to have a Democrat speak for this man
Yeah.
time, and a Republican could speak. All those rules went out of the rule book, and then all of a sudden, we have journalists using terms like, you know, that radical, ridiculous Joel,
Yeah.
or calling me names before they even know who I am, right?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know, he's got that insane, you know, he's a oh, he's a never Trumper, or he's a this, or he's a. It's like,
That's right.
keep those things out. Like, just tell everybody. Joel's a Republican. He's traditional Republican. He does likes it that way. How you doing? This is very interesting. This is one of the individuals trying to become an intern with us. So, what do you see yourself doing?
I could see myself being a writer, but something we're taught in journalism, and is take any door that opens, just the first one that opens. Every single professional journalist I've ever worked with is the first thing that opens up, just take it. Even if you don't think you'll like it, just whatever gets you that foot in the door. So I'm like, even if that doesn't explicitly involve journalism at first, even if it's anything like remotely helpful to it, I'm willing to take it, honestly.
Well, leave your resume with us, because we do speak to a lot of journalists.
Yeah.
We definitely need the talent of writing. I mean, you can see the shit that I wrote is terrible. No. No, I thank you for being on our show. Please, give us an opportunity to, see your resume and get a chance to talk with you. Do you have anything you want to tell these people? Is there a moment that you can remember at UCF that you went, oh man, you can't make this shit up?
It's not that I can't think of one. It's that it's
I
really
can think
hard
of
to
too
pick.
many of them.
If there's one more related to my journalism stuff, when I had the opportunity to actually work with the Orlando Sentinel. Yes. I covered a polling station, and during their live election feed, I wrote briefs for them, and so I had the opportunity to talk to like mayoral candidates, sheriff candidates, a lot of them nonpartisan, just very different from what you see on TV. Mm-hmm. And I talked to a bunch of those guys. I was getting like pretty good stories, they're getting published. But the one that really blew me away is I saw just a group of like women, like most of them like have to be like 40 or above, just standing in the front, just holding signs. And it's not that I ignored them, I just like was more active on the other side. And then I just decided, while it was like pouring rain, just to come up and talk to them. And I said, I'm a journalist, and before, and like I even got another word out. One of them. I don't know if she should be watching this. Her name's Ingrid Bryant. She comes up to me and she's like, oh, please, let's talk. And she's a naturalized German citizen born during Hitler's reign in Germany. Her mother married an American soldier and moved to Florida, and she's been an Orlando resident for decades. And it's interesting because I'm not going to say explicitly what it is, but she had, the sign she was holding and stuff, like anything that she had that was partisan, I actually personally did not support, like the candidates, I mean.
Okay, yeah.
But just the way she talked about her love for the country, for specific candidates, her story, it kind of like reignited like my belief in just like the American dream, the goodwill of the common man. It was something, in a world that's so cynical, it's really something that's like, you're talking about like, can't believe this shit. Like,
yeah.
I can't believe just in this random encounter, someone I've known for 20 minutes, not even, just completely like alter my viewpoint.
No, you can't make this shit up. It's a beautiful thing. I don't always agree with my business partner because he's a Democrat and I'm a Republican. I'm not afraid to be a Republican. I am afraid to be a Trump Republican. I mean, but there's different things. Like, I just want people to be able to get along. And that's a story that I hear all the time.
Yeah.
Like, why did you become a citizen? Why did you go that extra mile? What is your story? And that's the thing. When you become a journalist, I want you to always remember the story behind the story is the best story you'll hear all day.
Of course. Oh, exactly.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you stopping by.
You have a great day.
You too.
And I gave her my resume.
Awesome. I will be reaching out to you. Oh.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Good.
He's a journalist major.
Yeah. I figured he would like me because he said he worked for the Sentinel. And
Yeah. You want to sit down and talk? I'll talk.
There's Mackenzie. She's an FPR major.
Mackenzie, I would say put the headset on.
We do need that.
Just because you want to hear,
This is for you.
Thank you.
because while you're talking, all of a sudden you'll be like, I can't hear myself. I must be like getting the mic.
That would be painful on your ears.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I can turn it up. So I'm Joel, and your name is Mackenzie?
Mackenzie, yes.
Mackenzie, okay. You have a last name?
Taylor.
Taylor. Did your mom give that to you or your dad?
I think I have to blame my dad for that
Okay,
one.
your dad
Yeah.
gave you that name. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking because today's a different world. You could get your name from anybody. I mean, you could get it from a Cracker Jack box. I mean, you can even get your gender from a Cracker Box. I'm sorry. I'm just. I literally, I will joke about anything. So if
I will joke about it too, but I have to get a job today.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. But listen, I'm a Republican. My business partner is a Democrat. We've gotten along since we met. We do things the traditional way. Let's make compromise. We talk about we don't give up our principles, but we do compromise, and we get a lot accomplished. So it's a great company to work for, I think, because I mean I own it.
That's a good reason to like it. I hope
And
you would.
I'm really trying to get interns that want to enjoy their internship. I want people that meet the people that we know so that they can get those opportunities down the road. So it's not a paid internship, but it's definitely an internship where if you have not met the mayor of the county, or you haven't met the mayor of the city, or you haven't met the governor, or you haven't met these people, then you're missing out, because these are great people and they have great connections, and those are the people that we get to talk to all the time. And when we introduce our interns, we usually lose them.
Oh,
You know, because they
steal them from you.
they steal them from you. So they say, "What was that young lady that was working with you?" And I go, "Oh, I'm not giving the name now. You." I
They
work
find
with
a way.
a lot of people that used to work for me, and I go, "You probably get more money now."
They passed you up.
Yeah, well, they can pass me up because I enjoy my job. So,
That's awesome.
what are you looking for in the ad PR life?
So I am a senior. I graduate in the fall,
Nice.
and this will be my first internship though. So I haven't worked an internship
Really?
yet. Yes.
That is like the one thing they preach in ad
know,
PR is you
I
should be
know.
like on your 25th that 25th
I
internship.
heard all about it, but I had to go home last summer, so I wasn't able to. So I'll be working one in the summer and fall so that I can graduate on time.
Well, if you can, if you want to, you can certainly be an intern with us. I mean, we have a big tent. We have plenty of room. So
What does it look like a day-to-day life?
the day-to-day life. There is no day-to-day life. What do you mean day-to-day life?
Changes on the daily?
Yeah, I mean every day is different. So every Thursday we have our content.
Okay.
So I do a morning constitution, which is, I don't go out for a walk. I actually have a podcast called The Morning Constitution.
Do you
She's
read
like,
from the Constitution?
I can. Listen. I am a lot of knowledge when it comes to the Constitution. I'm a lot of knowledge. I mean, I love history.
Do you take it literally, or do you interpret it? Or do you not answer
Well,
that
wait a
question?
minute. Now that's an interesting question. The Constitution, I read it literally
Okay.
because it's a document that's amendable. So
Yeah.
our amendments take care of the problem. So I believe that our history is not bad. It was bad, but it is what made us better. So I have a very different look than my Democrat friends who seem to say, we're bad people. We're always
Right.
going to be bad people. And I'm like, okay, this is wrong. So let's come to some agreement here. So I'm a Republican because I'm a traditional Republican.
Okay.
I believe that the party that freed the slaves should be the one that's not being called racist for some reason. But both parties have them. I want to be the party that is the one that gave women suffrage, because the very first woman to ever serve in the Congress, the very first black to ever serve in the Congress. Why is it all these firsts were all Republicans? Why is it that Teddy Roosevelt was called a progressive? Because he protected the people from the government, but put government in to protect the people. It's like, you can't make this shit up. I mean, this is a guy who, you ever hear about the book Jungle?
I have not.
So the book Jungle was written by a journalist, and it focuses on the butchers, the meat business.
Okay.
And I mean, I won't even go there because you would be disgusted.
I would turn
You
vegetarian.
you would be a vegetarian very quickly. But you would. Teddy Roosevelt took this and created the Food and Drug Administration.
Okay.
It's like, where do you get this stuff from? Do you know the EPA? You know the EPA, right? The Environmental Protection Agency?
Oh, yes, yes.
What president signed that into law?
Couldn't tell you,
That
but
would
I'm
be-
betting it's Republican.
It was a Republican. It was Nixon. I mean, if I go through the history of my party, I'll tell you, we fix a problem and move on. So that's the reason we fix the problem, move on, and then somebody else takes the issue later on and beats us over the head with it, right?
The other side wants to say stuck in history.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry. I like to always tell my friends, I said, I do not know. The party of the Ku Klux Klan is just the party of the Ku Klux. No, you're going like, oh my God, what did I get on? Listen, I want to have fun. If you want to have fun, I would definitely take and put your resume in there.
Awesome.
I would love to broadcast with you. I would love to hear what young people are thinking today because I have no clue. I'm not a TikToker, but I'm learning.
Sometimes I don't have a clue.
Well, then we can go work this out together. Okay? So we can work this out together. This is my card for my nonprofit, but you probably have my card.
Yes, grab all that.
I'm the lighthearted one. I love to have fun. If you get snatched by anybody here, I will support you 100%. But if you don't get snatched and you have an opportunity, we can have literally the invitation is there so you can meet everybody we know. And it's not, we're not in office very, very often. So
Okay.
most of the time it's at restaurants and meeting people. And
So it's like more events and
oh, yeah, well,
connections and that
it's
type of
networking.
thing. Networking. All right.
all networking. It's like we're talking to marketing people. We're talking to businesses to see if they want to sponsor things. We're trying to make families meet connections.
And what semesters are you looking at for an intern?
I'm looking for, say that again?
What semesters are you looking for?
I'll take them anytime.
Okay.
If you need a summer and you need a fall, I mean, I'm open. I mean, listen, I know how to fill out the paperwork. I do. I had to do the same thing. Graduated in 2017. It's not like I was young. I was old when I went to school, so I went right here.
What was your degree?
Advertising, public relations.
All right.
Yeah, I had Lindsay Hudock.
She's so cool.
Yeah, and I had
Joan McCain.
Joan McCain
Yeah.
because it was before she left.
I only had her for one semester.
Oh my God,
That's
she was-
so sad.
She was fire.
She's
I mean,
hilarious.
she was the best. And Lindsay and her worked off each other. Now it's just Lindsay and her bubbly personality,
And she runs the show.
the whole show, and she does a great job.
She does.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And please, I honestly think about it.
I will.
This could be fun.
I agree.
Awesome.
Glad I came over here.
I'm glad you came over here too. My interns weren't doing a very good job reaching out. They're just joking. I made a bad joke. I said my interns weren't doing their job grabbing everybody. So I'm glad she got over here. Okay, so we're still live. We're still live here at the. Okay, we'll get him over here. I will take anybody. Listen, you need that.
Yeah, I do.
And we have your resume, right?
Yes, I handed it to
Addison. Okay.
Awesome.
I will be calling you.
Thank you.
Come on, sit down. My next victim. Yeah, see, she had to say we because she wasn't doing it. You have to put the headset on so you can hear it. Make sure you hear yourself in there. And mine is breaking because, I mean, it's like it has no, it's limp now. It's just not, okay. So did they tell you anything about this goddamn thing?
They said that it was a political podcast. and
Oh,
that-
really?
Yeah, that you guys keep up to date with modern events.
Politics.
They said that you guys were from Chicago,
No. David's from Chicago. I'm from
Oh.
Massachusetts.
Oh, I'm from Chicago.
Listen,
so-
yeah, I'm not from Chicago. I worked in Chicago. I know how. I used to work on Van Buren downtown, so I mean I know how. But yeah, never mind. That's a whole story. If you become an intern, you can hear all my stories. I've actually written a book, for Christ's sake. So yes, it's political. You don't have to reveal your party. I'm a Republican. My business partner is a Democrat. We've worked together through thick and thin, and we figured, why are we on the opposite sides when we could get shit done? So bringing America together again, and the other things that we do are all in the hopes that we can make a better future. And local politics is the most important politics. So now that I've said that, you can't make this shit up. So you got to tell me about a time that you just couldn't believe what was going on. Like you thought everything was right, and then something crazy happens, and you got, holy shit, I can't make this shit up.
A time that I thought I can't make this shit up.
Okay, well, you think about it.
It's
So, you go to the beach, right? You're at Deerfield Beach. You're enjoying the beach this day, and everybody out there, bathing suits and the cabanas or whatever. It's just a really good time. So you tell your friend that, hey, I found a really cool beach. So then you go back to the beach. And when you get to the beach, you kind of notice that nobody has on what they had on yesterday. That would be one of those moments where you can't make this shit up. It was not a nude beach yesterday,
Okay.
but it literally is today. That would be like, oh, you can't make this shit up.
So accidentally inviting your buddy to a nude beach would constitute.
Yeah, that would definitely, because it's your,
Yeah.
he was like, I didn't know you liked me that much.
Okay.
Okay,
I
just
have,
crazy stuff.
I have a story that somewhat fits the description. I worked construction here last year in Florida, in the Florida heat.
Okay.
I was a Tyvek paper, which is like construction paper that goes up on the side of houses down here.
And whoever knows anybody knows that probably makes a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a very lucrative industry. I mean, not for the workers, but
No.
Yeah.
There's money out there. The government's paying for that. Go ahead.
Well, we had a guy in our crew who was constantly up to no good, I'll say.
Okay.
And one of the days that we were out on the job, our boss offered that if we got done with everything we needed to get done by 5:30, that he would buy the truck a case of beer.
You would buy the truck a case of beer.
Yeah.
The truck. Okay.
Wild, right?
Okay. I mean, I'm literally thinking he's going to buy the truck, the beer, and he's going to let you guys go.
No, like, once
I got
we
you.
get-
I
yeah.
got you. I got
So,
you.
slowest worker at all times. And this guy jumped. He heard that, and he ran across the roof and jumped across the house and landed on the ladder and just started like throwing nails in the paper. I'd never seen the guy move so fast in my life, and I'd never seen somebody jump off a roof onto a ladder. I thought that was
Alcoholic. Hey, we know.
will work for beer.
Will work. Yeah, you just give him the wrong thing. You're giving him greenbacks.
Yeah.
So what program? You in the ad PR program?
I am.
Why did you choose this? Because it has a lot of women?
No, actually. And
Wait, it does have a lot of women.
it does, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear on that.
I'm severely outnumbered in most of my classes.
Me, I was too.
Yeah.
And it was a pleasant being outnumbered.
Yeah,
Because I think women are smarter than men sometimes.
I would agree with that.
I only said that because I want to get laid. That is so bad, right?
I think
No,
I think you have to include sometimes.
yeah, sometimes. But
Yeah.
listen, I've had a lot of fun with that. Ad PR program's fantastic. So how many internships have you done?
I'm looking for my first one today. So I transferred here last semester. I applied to get into the program. I got in. This is my first semester, and then I'm hoping to graduate in the spring.
You already got it. You've already tested in and everything.
Yeah.
This is the second intelligent person we've had. There's only 40 people that are allowed in each term. each semester. People don't realize that the smart people are actually coming over here. Like that's crazy. Okay, so you've already written your testimonial that got you picked for the classes, and now you're going to get your first internship. They want something hard. Or do you want something easy? What are you looking for? What do you want to get out of your internship?
I want to have a better understanding of where I belong in the working world.
Okay.
I definitely want to do something creative, which is why I went towards advertising. I have a knack for writing, so it just kind of made sense for me.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I was really excited when I heard about the program. I heard it was competitive.
Very.
I'm a very competitive person, so it was like a challenge for me, knowing that it wasn't like a shoe-in, like I could just get into the major. Made me work harder and makes me more grateful that I'm in the program.
It made me more organized because I didn't want to take more classes than I had to.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to get through it as quickly as possible. So it made me pay attention to detail. So, I mean, I had my classes mapped out. I knew exactly what I need. And you need to be very quick on some of these classes because they fill up quick. These are not big classes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Add PR, those are the big classes.
Mm-hmm.
After that, the itty-bitty tiny classes with very intimate conversations, and you get to know your professors. Nothing like everybody says about UCF. Total opposite.
It is the total opposite. I was told that I would be in a lecture hall all 4 years, but it's in advertising and public relations. I'm in a class right now that has 13 students.
Exactly. You had 300 in PR, and you had 300 in advertising, and you haven't seen that many students since.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see them at those lectures either, though, because they weren't, it's very clear, like, the people who came to class in those classes got into the major. It's more work ethic.
Just have to pay attention.
Yeah.
I mean, if you pay attention, you kind of understand. Like, mine just happened to be water, wasting water. Like, that was, like, what is this, what are they trying to relate, And I was like, they're trying to save the environment. They're trying to make people use less water. How do you not pass that? Because you didn't pay attention in class and you're thinking everything but.
Yeah, I mean,
what's the thought behind the ad?
Going to class is 95% of the battle. If you hear something and you read it, then you retain it, in my personal opinion. Like, it makes a big difference because people don't listen to, like, the online lectures. Like, some teachers will post, like, slides afterwards, but you're going there to listen to a professional speak.
Would you like to see all my slideshows? I still have every single slideshow from... Listen, you're right. No, I appreciate you sitting here and having a conversation with me. Our internship, I would say, is fun, but it's not, like, fun. It's just you meet so many people. My goal for internships is to make sure that you meet the people that we know so that you can get swiped up by them. We know, like, the mayor of do you know who the mayor of Orange County is? Do you know who the mayor of the city is? Do you know who the commissioners are? Well, these are the people that we hang out with. So you get to meet all these people, and guess what? They're a big deal because they can get things accomplished that we can't do. And then we work with, hey, you want to work with the television station? We work with Channel 9. We work with Channel 2. We work with Channel 6. We're always trying to pitch something. So we're always trying to build these relationships.
Yeah, and that's definitely huge. It's another thing that would be interesting to me because, like I said, I just moved here from Chicago, so I have no network down here outside of, like, my professors, my fellow classmates, people that I've kind of gone out of my way.
Why did you move from Chicago to UC? I mean, this is crazy. Like, I know the weather's better down here, but are you in-state tuition?
So actually, you said you're conservative as.
Oh, I'm very conservative.
Yeah. So I'm sure you're familiar with, like, the education system in Illinois.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
Coming down here, and I said I worked construction. I lived here for a year before I enrolled at UCF. I worked.
That was smart. Okay.
I established my residency.
Gotcha.
So now my tuition yearly is like $6,000, and up in Illinois I would have been paying $30,000. Whatever.
Yeah, and you still have to do your living, and you still have to do all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, inflation sucks, but it's not like living in Massachusetts or Chicago where everything's taxed and everything is it's horrible. Like
Yeah.
we used to call Massachusetts, we called it tax of two shits. And I could not wait. When I joined the military, the first state I found that had no income tax,
Yeah.
I became a Florida resident.
I saw my first paycheck down here after working in Illinois through high school and everything, and I was shocked. I could not believe how much. I was like, this is all, like, nobody's
Nobody's
dipping
doing
in.
it. Like,
yeah.
I get every single cent of my money. And wait a minute, I don't have to do a tax return for the state of Florida at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I feel like I've walked outside without pants on. Oh my God, I'm missing something. Oh my God, I still get a check from the government, but I haven't had to pay anything to my
Yeah.
state. And thank you, anybody who comes to Disney, anybody who comes and visits the state, come on and visit. We need you.
Yeah.
You're paying for our taxes. So thank you very much, New Yorkers. Please keep your politics out. Please move down.
Yeah.
So no, I am very conservative, but David and I, we come together on a lot of things. Like, I'm a traditional Republican, so all my stuff is because of the history and all this other stuff. Like, really embrace the party from what it's done in the past. What it's looking like now, in both parties, is pretty bad. Like, it's right now we need bringing America together again. We need those types of things.
I think there's more middle ground than people realize.
Oh yeah.
And it bothers me when people, they say that they belong to one party, but there's things that I see on both sides. Like, I agree with as much things on both sides as I do. It's not like I can just say, like, I'm a part of this party, and everything that they're preaching and everything that they believe in, I believe in.
Well, when you look at the parties and what has happened to them, there's a lot of things in the history that, teachers will try to tell you they switch, they try to tell you all these different things. No. It's simply economics. You're in a party because you're raised a certain way. Mm-hmm. You're in a party because you have certain ideals. Most Democrats, when they get married, they end up eventually getting more conservative because they start paying their own bills. They start paying for a mortgage. They start needing savings. They start getting wiser to what they need to do. And all of a sudden you're like, your paycheck, I might want to be a little conservative. I want to use my paycheck. I want to be able to put my paycheck into, if I want to give to Planned Parenthood, I should be able to give to Planned Parenthood. Mm-hmm. Not the government having to pay Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
But now I just went there because I expect a Republican to say that, but let me use my dollars where I want to, and leave my federal dollars to the things you should be spending. Yeah. That's what you end up over
It's your
time.
money. I mean, obviously, like, taxes go towards paving roads, and that's all expected. But if you have something that you believe in, you should be able to invest in it how you'd like to.
Yep.
At the end of the day.
And the next time somebody starts talking bad about big business, here's the thing I like to say. I've never been employed by somebody broke until I started working for myself. Thank you very much for sitting with me. Have a good day.
Having me.
Oh, yes, we have 30 minutes. We have anybody else that wants to be on the podcast? Thank you very much. And make sure they have your resume. I definitely want to talk to you, okay?
Okay, yeah, I left my resume. I circled back to sit down. So
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
You get it?
Cool. This is awesome.
Make sure you put it on so you can hear yourself. If I can't hear you, if you can't hear yourself, I can't hear you, okay?
Hello? I can hear myself.
Okay, and this thing keeps falling down, so if I act like I'm, if I'm trying to eat it, I'm trying to.
Oh, wow.
So I'm Joel. I'm the J in J&Washington, and if you didn't read the sign, you just found out that you're on. You can't make this shit up. So the title is exactly what it means. It's those moments that, every like, what have you seen here, right? I'm sitting next to Visit Orlando, and I would think that would be the most boring table in the entire place. But yet it's had the busiest line. Did somebody, like, spike the oranges, or does somebody like do something?
I didn't even know those were real oranges. I thought they were balls. I actually wanted to go up there and ask, and I wanted to take one. I actually might do that now that you pointed it out.
Yeah, I'm going to take
I'll bring it back.
You can take a. Hey, does somebody want to get me one of those oranges? I mean, I'm dying. See, those are fake though. See,
Yeah,
the plants are fake.
The plants are
the plants
fake,
are
but
fake,
are the oranges real?
but the peppermints are real.
The peppermint, we know that's
We
real.
know that's real.
Hopefully.
So, what's your name?
I'm Aiden.
Aiden.
Yes, sir.
Aiden. I've never heard the word Aiden.
You've never heard the name Aiden? I feel like you're lying to me.
No. I'm Aiden. I'm trying to think of one Aiden. I mean, I've heard the name, but
That
I'm
you
just
know
like,
personally.
I'm trying to think. Like, it's hard. Aiden.
You might know one that's spelled differently. Mine's spelled A-I-D-E-N. There's a couple A-I-D-A-N. If you're weird, A-Y-D-E-N.
Okay.
I knew a kid like that in like 4th grade. He was.
Well, I am weird, but I don't think I'm weird enough to spell my
your name with
wrong.
with Joel. What's a weird letter that? How else could you spell?
Oh, listen. You can't make this shit up. Joel. There's 4 letters. How do you fuck up 4 letters? Excuse my name. 4 letters. Now, I say, hi, my name is Joel. You put down Jole. Jole? What the hell is Jole?
It's J-O-E-W. I mean,
like,
L. Sorry, what am I talking about?
I'm like, what the hell is it? Like, you 15, maybe 20 times. I mean, how
Joel.
on earth? Jole. How? Did you ever go to church? Did you ever sing Noel, Noel? I mean, come on. It's like
that's pretty funny.
So, yeah, you can't make this shit up, right?
No.
I really. And then I go, my name is Hawksley, right?
Mm-hmm.
H-A-W-K, like the bird. They go, what bird?
Really? Who are you interacting with? I mean,
I'm like, wait a minute.
I would just take
this
my
is
services
public service.
somewhere else.
This is public service,
Yeah.
right? So I go into the doctor now. I go, because I have to give my last name and the last 4 of my social security. So I just walk in there and I immediately say, H-A. They go, what? H-A. They put the H-A and I go, here are the 4 digits. And here's my date of birth, just in case you ask that too. And they're like, you got this thing down to a science, right? Yeah, I said, yeah, because you guys can't figure out Hawksley. You guys automatically put in an O and an X. And I don't know what ox. Did I say ox? I said hawk.
Hawk.
It's not hawk and ox. It's two. No, you can't make this shit up.
That's pretty funny, though. I've never.
It is funny.
Joel.
Yeah.
J-O.
J-O-L-E.
Huh.
Because you got to make something. The E is silent, right?
Oh yeah, no, I guess.
So if it's silent, Joel, it's
but
not
I think
silent.
Joel's still spelled J-O-E-L.
J-O-E-L, right?
Yeah.
So
You
the
could
E
say
is
it
not
differently.
silent. The E is not silent, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So don't put it at the end. It goes right there after the O.
No.
It's like so you know anything about the Bible?
Not too much. No, I mean, growing up, I guess my family was pretty religious. Like I'm a Christian. I would say I'm a Christian.
Okay.
We would go to church a lot, but as we all got older, I guess we all got busy doing different things, different hobbies, and we kind of grew away from it. But no, I don't know too much about the Bible. I know a decent amount, but
So
a little bit.
Joel is a prophet in the Bible. It's a very small book, but a powerful book. And the book that comes before it's called Amos. So I get stationed over in Germany, and I meet my partner, and her name is Amos. And I say, "Hi, Amos." And she says, "Hi, Joel." So we're working about a month together, and I don't remember how the comment. We had a Scientologist, so he would be on the gate guard duty, and he'd have his Bible, and he'd be like marking everything and putting all this stuff, like incredibly. I don't know. That's too much study for me. I know the 23rd Psalm. Okay, I'm good. No, so I said. He said something about, Joel, the book of Joel, and I said, yeah, it comes right after the book of Amos, and he goes, what? I said, Amos, Joel. Amos comes to work first. I come next. Like, you don't have that thing highlighted, Amos? Like, okay. So the Scientologist like totally skipped the book. So
Mm-hmm.
she didn't even know. This is the funny part. She didn't even know.
That's weird.
She didn't know that Amos and Joel, like Amos is a major prophet and Joel's a minor prophet. So it's kind of like
Weird.
really weird.
That's
But
a funny story.
But we got to be in the bunker together.
That's pretty awesome.
So it was cool.
Mm-hmm. So
Like no jealousy from my wife either. So like we're over Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and we're up all hours of the night. So
well,
yeah.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, with an MP. So what are you looking for?
So I am a film major here at UCF, and so I actually just found out about this event like this morning. And so before this morning, I didn't have the shoes, I didn't have a belt, I didn't have a resume. So today I got all three of those things, and then I came here and I looked around, and I found there's about maybe 3 or 4 really good film internships, but a lot of it's like you got some firms. It's a lot of marketing, like digital. Like if you know Adobe and you're like certified and PowerPoint and Photoshop and all that, like there's a lot of internships here that would work in your favor. But for me, I want to make videos. I want to write for TV and movie.
Yeah, I know what kind of videos you want to
Yeah, pretty obvious videos.
like
everyone's
that
got-
beautiful lady right there. See, you want her. You want to see. She wants to have her. She's the one, right?
Uh-oh.
Got her attention.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, you gotta. You can't make this shit up. She's back for my. She's back. So
Nice to meet you.
talk to my film guy, cause give him your resume because we can talk. Okay.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. Thank you again.
Come on, you can't get away with it.
Yeah.
I see you got your mic with you.
Your turn.
Are we live?
Yes, we are live. We are not playing this time. Like
No,
last
yeah.
time I recorded you. This time you have to be live.
Oh, jeez, I better not say something on that.
You are doing a great job. I say that you have all these people that are wandering around like they have no idea what they were doing, and then all of a sudden everybody else came in, and then they're like, boom, they all woke up.
Well, I would hope they would know what
Now,
they're
you
doing.
can't hear yourself.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Now
would-
you can hear yourself.
I would hope they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they didn't.
Oh, yeah.
They came in and you got. Wait, this is my favorite one.
Jeez. You have photo evidence? Oh. Yeah.
Wait, is that guy going to actually? Oh, wait. He looked up. Oh my goodness. Oh, does he know a friend yet?
Hey,
stand
we
right at
do
the
a
door.
lot of preparatory events, so maybe they're just not listening. But
Well,
I would
maybe-
hope.
Well, maybe they didn't go to your class.
Maybe they didn't come, yeah.
So how's it going for you?
It's going good. I'm hungry.
Oh, of course. You're not going to eat till after 8 o'clock. So.
Yeah. But it seems to be going really good. We've had one of the highest numbers in attendance for students since, COVID. So COVID
Nice.
really brought our numbers down because internships, kind of went
You know, it's-
non-existent. But
It's funny, though. Last time we spoke, we were in a different room, and it made it feel a lot bigger. But now we're in a bigger room, and it still feels huge. So you guys do a great job. So
yeah, we were actually supposed to be in this room last time, and we got booted to the other room.
Right.
So we made sure we had, the bigger ballroom, so it wasn't too crowded and people weren't talking over each other. Was definitely something. My big thing is I love constructive feedback. I
Uh-huh.
love criticism. Criticize me all you want because I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. I'm going to make the event just better in the future.
Oh, damn, I like you. See, that's exactly like, I'm like, hey, if you can't pick on yourself, you can't pick on anybody. So if you
Exactly,
it's like
and the
when
way-
my interns don't tell me look, give me feedback. I'd rather have bad feedback than not have feedback at all because I can't get better if I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I think the way I see it too is obviously I'm a student, even though this is like technically my club's event and my event in the role that I'm in, but really I'm inviting all of these amazing professionals in, and if I can't take feedback from them, who are potentially my future employers, my employer right now is here, if I can't take feedback from them, how am I supposed to
I won't
succeed?
I won't tell them that you cheated on them with me.
I told them they're not allowed to find a better intern than me here.
Yeah, well, they need to employ you. Like they just need to take the internship off and just have you employed. So you're a senior now, right?
Well, it's
Almost?
a little tricky. I switched my major over to event management. Yes, so I was advertising PR, but now I'm over at the Rosen College. Love it over there.
Of course.
It's amazing. So I switched my major, so I'm event management now, so I have to meet with advisors and that whole thing to figure out when I'm graduating. But that just means you get me in this role for a little bit longer, so you can't complain.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that Rosen now. Do you know Rosen?
Yeah, I go to classes there.
No, do you know Rosen? The man.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, I'll say hi for you. So, he's a really nice guy. He's the most, how do I put it? Like Rosen, when he had to let people go because of COVID, it actually broke his heart. I mean, this is the type of guy he is. So the fact that he has his name on anything in Valencia and in UCF is phenomenal because he's a great individual. Too bad he's not a Republican. Too bad he's not a Democrat. Because guess what? Either party could use him because he's a really great guy. So.
Yeah, I know that he does a lot for students over there, and I'm in the internship program over there, and they constantly bring, professionals in for panels and things like that to teach us. And the president over at Rosen, he's always, raving about how amazing he is.
So, I'm glad you stopped by. What are you announcing? 15 minutes? Is that what you're going to tell everybody? Because you have your mic out here. You're better to yell at everybody.
I was going to tell everyone 15 minutes, but it seems like our turnout was a lot bigger this semester, and I don't want to push anyone to, miss conversations. So, essentially, I decided not to use my microphone.
There you go. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you stopped by again. Now, tell everybody your role real quick, because they may not have remembered you from the last time, but tell them your role.
You guys don't remember me. I'm disappointed.
No, they
How
definitely.
How can you forget me?
They remember you, but we have a bigger audience now, so we get larger and larger. Not in the waist size.
Hey.
I've been helping. The beer's not been helping, so. No, so you're still the lead person around here, right?
Yes, if you guys can see that. I'm the director of events for the Quotes. We're the Ad PR Club here at UCF main campus. And my main role is to plan Intern Pursuit, which we're at right now. It's a biannual internship fair that was just for communications, but we expanded out to film this semester. So we have a lot of production companies in the room. We have a lot of photography companies in the room.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. No.
Hey.
No, it's great. I actually had some really great film students that have come out. And I appreciate you guys doing this and having the opportunity to meet all these people, make fun of people, make fun of myself. And you guys are incredible. So tell Lindsay she's gotten away with coming over here when I was busy on purpose.
She didn't come.
No, she made sure I was busy. Nope. She's
not
always.
She's not looking.
No, she's not. She's avoiding. She loves it. She loves you guys.
She told me that she stopped our conversation earlier and said she was coming over here to
She
talk
did,
to you.
but I ended up having somebody. So, but she is wonderful. You guys are in good hands, and I hope. Listen, keep me posted on how your Rosen stuff is going.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll get to introduce you one day.
Hopefully, that would be amazing.
He's a really nice guy.
Hopefully, I can add him on LinkedIn or something.
You
Get
should
that
be.
connection?
Listen, you might be able to. I mean, he's very. There's actually. We'll talk, but there's another guy that I think you should. Very, very wealthy individual, has quite a bit of hospitality here, down in the Kissimmee area. So he's more Osceola, but there's a lot of people you might want to. That's what I do for the people I work with, because I do politics. Mm-hmm. It's meeting the people, getting them in the right place. So Rosen's always been a phenomenal place. They've always taken care of us. When COVID was going on, we were the first event that they had afterwards.
Wow.
So the Republicans were, we had to get in there because, we weren't we didn't want to wear masks.
Yeah.
Oh, we're the crazy party, but it's great seeing you again.
Thank you.
And you look good
too.
in that outfit.
Thank you.
So
I've gotten so many compliments tonight.
What's going on in your personal life?
I'm just full work.
You're not dating right now. You're not.
No.
No.
I don't have time.
Okay, everybody. Now, if you're single out there and you're good looking and you got money, now you got to have money because I don't want this young lady not
Okay,
having.
I I actually.
I have high standards for you, okay?
I also have high standards for myself. It's rough out here. No, I am an independent woman. I can pay for myself.
No. Somebody has to pay your school bills after you get done.
I've paid my school bill.
I know, but somebody needs to. Come on. I understand the independent woman, but, you know, if a woman comes along and she can afford me, I'm good.
As long as they like my dog. That's my requirements.
Oh, yeah.
I love my dog.
You can have my cats. You can have you can have my wife. You can have my kids, but you can't have my dog.
Exactly.
What kind is it?
I don't know because I adopted him, but
It's
I
a
think
mix, yeah?
Yeah, I think he's an Australian Shepherd or
Nice.
a Border Collie, some type of breeding dog. Breeding? I didn't mean herding dog. What? Sorry.
A hound.
Yes.
From the
Sorry.
yeah,
My
yeah.
brain just left.
No, that's
my-
okay. Listen. If you had like subscribed to my show and you see my show, you know that nobody gets brain locked like me. Like I have the word right on the tip of my tongue, and I'll be like, pick another word.
You're like, I don't know what I'm saying right now.
It is fake. I told you I wasn't lying. See, he was right. It's fake. It's a stress ball.
Do you think it was real?
No, I was
I was gonna say it looks fake.
From here, I was saying. From here, I was saying, go get me a. No, never mind. I was making fun of the fact that Visit Orlando is right next door to me, and you'd think that it'd be the most boring. Nobody. It has had the like. It's like Coca-Cola had just rolled up and said we're giving away free 2 liters. You know, it's like that's
For
how
real.
they have been busy.
I think a lot of organizations this semester were really busy, which
No.
was crazy to see lines, which was really good.
It's good because people are hiring.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard out there.
Yeah, and I think our main goal with the event is to obviously break the barrier from classroom to, work. And I think it's...
Well, the one thing I'm going to interrupt because
Yeah.
one thing I'll tell you about Ad PR, if you're just tuning in, Ad PR stresses the internships. They say the more internships you're involved in, the more actively involved you are. You can see. She's getting you can come around here and show her. Look, she's showing her numbers, so she's like all excited
Can I
over here.
announce that?
So you guys just switch out. Come
So
on, let Lindsay's here, so let's captivate.
Lindsay was showing you the number of students that we got signed in. So 227 is one of the higher numbers for
Yes.
this event. So that's really exciting.
You rock. You rock.
It's your turn.
She always has it. Yeah, she has the best turnout. It's like, I appreciate
They
you
come
coming
just
by.
to see her, honestly.
No, they came to see you this time. Okay, appreciate it. Don't forget your mic because you might want to yell at me. Tell me it's 8 o'clock sometime. Dun 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 dun. Dun. That's fantastic. All you have to do is talk in the mic. Anything else is easy.
Well, I
But
can talk,
talking to
we
me
both
is
know
not
that.
easy. Talking to me is not easy. So I've been crazy ever since I left the school. So I see you have been busy too.
Yeah, I noticed that you're everywhere, which is kind of awesome. I love that.
I
But
try to
yeah,
be. You taught me well.
I do my best.
So how's Seminole going for you?
Oh, it's great. I mean, yeah, no, every Seminole County is Seminole County.
Well,
It's
I'm just
wild and
saying.
Crazy.
I'm just saying, everybody. I work in Orange, but hey, I'm a Seminole boy now. I mean, I love my Castleberry.
Absolutely.
So,
I like my Sanford.
Yeah,
Lake Mary.
Sanford, man. I was just thinking about Sanford the other day. You ever want some food, and any food item comes to mind,
Yep.
you can always think, where's the first place I got? Oh, Sanford has it.
Yep, always. Sanford's got everything. Actually, they're just opened up a new collaboration that is a CBD-inspired eatery.
Okay, well, there we go. You would know best. Yeah? But the Ad PR, like the public relations is right here. She could sell anything to anybody.
Oh,
I mean,
I don't know
and
about
her
that.
and her business partner. And that's well said, right?
Well said, public relations, yes, sir.
See, I too try to remember things.
You do,
like-
great memory.
So, absolutely love the people that we've seen here. And you open this up to film.
We did, yes. The event keeps growing. This year, the film department approached us and they said, hey, we're really feeling like there could be some great crossover between our students and your employers, and your students and our employers, and maybe there's an opportunity to collaborate here, and so we went for it.
Just wanted more people.
Always. We
always.
want more
How
people.
is Quotes?
Quotes is
attendance?
Fabulous. We are the largest chapter of the Florida Public Relations Association in the state right now.
Awesome. You deserve that.
Not the largest student chapter, the largest chapter. We
That
are
is
larger than
phenomenal.
every professional association chapter.
Awesome.
As well. So yeah, they're doing great, man. Super active, super engaged students. We're overflowing the room every time we have an event. It's awesome.
So are they? I saw they got some awards.
Yep. We continue to rack them up. We actually just submitted to the Florida Public Relations Association Image Awards competition.
Yes.
So we're waiting. We'll find out in April if we've won something there.
Well, you know when I was part of Quotes, it's like I saw all this cabinet that had all this stuff in it. I was like, what are we doing here, Lindsay? This was.
We're collecting
we don't
hardware,
have,
Joel.
we,
What
we,
are you
we,
doing?
we don't have a key to get in there, so we gotta add some stuff. So no, you guys have been incredible. And then APR.
Yep.
I saw that.
Yeah.
You going for the second thing now?
It's in
You're
the
taking a break.
works.
Oh, okay.
No, it's in the works.
No,
Hopefully.
the
So
more
fingers
initials.
crossed.
Listen, the more initials you have, the better off we all are.
I know. Well, I keep preaching to students how important continuing education is and professional credentialing, and so I can't very well be telling them to do it and not be doing it myself.
So I introduced so I have a media consultant that works with my company, and she's phenomenal. And I was like, you got to come out to Intern Pursuit.
Yes.
You got to meet.
Yes,
you got to meet
bring her
Lindsay.
out.
So I'm gonna hook you two up. I'm gonna get you two to meet each other. Because
Excellent.
when we were talking, every single thing that's in my video that I have your voice on, that talks about media and being prepared and trying to delay and all.
Right.
We had like
Control.
we ended up having a 2-hour conversation just on this, and I'm going, man, you sound just like Lindsay. Like you have everything lockstep. And she used to work for Channel 13.
Oh, really? That's fabulous.
Yeah,
Who is?
so-
What's her name? I know. I put you on the
Queen.
spot.
No, it's Quinn. I can't, she has this really weird last name. But Stephanie Kean.
Okay.
And her husband is he's a professor up in Emory-Riddle.
Nice.
So they live in Lake Mary. So one can go north and one can go south.
My neck of the woods. I
So,
love it.
Yeah, she's incredible. But it's just like, when we had that conversation, it's like, anybody wants to be in a program, AdPR is the best program.
Totally agree.
We were just talking about the fact that it's not like UCF. You got 300 students for ad, you have 300 students for, PR, and then all of a sudden you have 10, 13, 20,
Yep.
and you
Small classes,
really
hands-on training.
learn.
Yeah.
And it's the written exam and the things that you have to do.
Project based. You're doing work in the classroom that is the work you'd be doing in the field.
And every single professor is totally engaged.
Yep. And an active professional in the industry.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
and even if you aren't in a program, like I'm not journalism, but I would sit and wait for some of our classes, and then Brunson would come by, and he's like, what a spirit that man! Like the man has never had a bad day in his life.
No, or if he does, the world would never know.
And his wife and he have the same birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, he's socially involved. It was very devastating that he had to share that loss on for Channel 13.
That was tough, I think, for the whole Nicholson family.
Yeah, so we definitely we feel for you all, and we love you all, and I thank you for having the chance to come in. And I keep up on social media. I love to watch your family grow. I'm so happy that you have us invited in there, and I just wish I shared more. So
I wish you did too, because I need updates on your life a little more frequently. So.
Well, I need a red wine with you sometime, and I'll bring chocolate. And I'll bring chocolate and raspberry for somebody else. So
speaking my love language right
so
there.
So I love a nice red wine. So
I am always game for that. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah. So let me get into one of your programs and let's talk to your students. So
oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
I love students, and the ones you've had here tonight. Your quotes students are on the
They
ball.
are killing it.
So,
Killing it.
thanks again.
Thank you, sir.
Love you.
All right, glad you're here.
Take care. You got somebody else there?
Yeah. Come on.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock. We got to wrap up, so. Okay. Nice and quiet.
Yeah.
The intensity is growing. Okay. Hey, I'm Joel Hoxley, and you have just sat in the You Can't Make This Shit Up broadcast here at UCF at Intern Pursuit. So, who I have the pleasure of speaking with?
My name is Kenneth Roberts, and I'm a film major at UCF.
Okay, so film is the first. So there's no film in this place. Like I've already had somebody complain about that, but film has now been invited, so we have to take care of you guys. What could you do for my podcast?
Well, I have done sound design, so I can do more of like the sound design of the podcast, like add in
Nice.
like sound effects, like explosions if you want to like be like, but
Yay! Okay. I got several of those. No, guys, I'm just playing. I was just gonna clap, but I hit all of them at the same time. So yeah, so sound effects, but you're a film major, so a lot of podcasts nowadays are like we're video. Right now we're streaming on StreamYard. Oh, hold on, let me pitch them a little bit. Hey, if you want to give us money, StreamYard, we could use it. No, we're using StreamYard, but we're in negotiation with another company that I can't wait to kind of roll out. But they stream also, so we need the cameramen. I want to get more outside. I want the podcast to kind of move. So it'd be nice to talk to you guys. And what's your favorite professor?
Favorite professor? There's quite a few. My writing professor, Bruce Wood, he's very good at like knowing how to like write a script and like organizing it in a certain way and to help you establish the story along the way.
And how long you been in this?
This semester, so it's kind of like a very impactful kind of like semester for me because I'm trying to write a feature film right now.
Okay.
And so I want to make sure like it's kind of first one.
Well, then a good. I'm glad you're at UCF and not at Full Sail, okay? Because Full Sail is full of. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm going down the wrong rabbit hole. But
I totally agree.
Listen,
with
if you have to go to school where it costs you more than it costs to go to Harvard University, and you absolutely have very little chance of having a decent job, there's only one EA Sports, and then you can only brag about it so long. So
yeah, true. Also, their semesters, because I have a professor that also worked at Full Sail, they're not like a UCF where it's like they have a full semester. They're like you work or you go to class a certain amount and then you do a production. So it's not like you sit down, you actually learn something, and then
And
on
then
your
you have
own
weird
time.
hours. They
Exactly.
put the classes in weird places. And yeah, it's something we like to talk. I'm a politics guy, so here's the politics behind it. Stephanie Murphy, who used to be my congresswoman, she was the daughter-in-law to the owner of Full Sail. So he's a Republican. So for her to be a Democrat and run against my friend John Micah, my employer, who is Congressman John Micah, and defeat him, I've not had the last 6 years have not been pleasant for me. But it's like those types of politics. She was the lobbyist for them. So you want to lobby, have a rich father-in-law.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Work at Deloitte, go and tell everybody that you were in the Pentagon, make people think you're listen, that's my job. I do these things for a living. So she is, in the same breath, I say she's phenomenal at her marketing, her PR, and her communications team has been spot on. So that's why she's been successful.
Yeah.
Thank God she didn't run again. But that's just me. I'm a Republican. My partner's a Democrat. And I mean, we love to pick on anything. Like, I'll pick on my own party all the time, too.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Like, I love people who just talk about, like, the difference in their party themselves, like, what's going wrong in their own party themselves and, like, how they can make it better.
Are you saying Donald Trump's the problem? Are you saying Donald Trump? I think you're admitting that Donald Trump...
It's
no,
like,
it's
there's
like-
some stuff is like, okay, he's kind of right, but it's like, there's some other stuff is like, he could have toned it down a little bit or it's not say stuff to where the Democratic Party could, like, point at him. And also, you have to realize, too, Donald Trump was a Democrat before he went to a Republican party.
Everybody, please, I say this every day, like, just because he's a Democrat wearing a Republican pin doesn't make him any different. No, I appreciate it. Listen, I love to pick on my own party. I love to pick on people. But I don't like misfits. Like, I like misfits. Like, I love misfits. Now, then we need more misfits around here. This guy's looking at me like, huh? Yeah, that's what it says. That's misfit. So you're one of my misfits. So what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about internships? Do you want to do an internship?
I would love to do an internship. Yeah.
Do you like crazy people?
Depends on the crazy people, because it's like if they're crazy and like they're crazy smart, or like they're crazy and creative, yes. If they're like crazy where you don't know if you're gonna like make it to the next day, then yeah.
Yeah, but that's a different type of crazy. Like, so we broadcast every Thursday. We broadcast 3 podcasts for sure. That's I do the morning Constitution, which is more politically history based, so we'll do a lot of talking about the Constitution itself. We talk about the presidents. This is Women's History Month, so do you know who Ms. Rankin is?
No, who's she?
She was the first Republican elected woman she's the first woman elected to the Congress her name is Jeanette Rankins, and she just happened to be a Republican.
Oh, nice.
Hey, do you know the first seven blacks to serve in the Congress? They all happen to be Republicans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you happen to realize that suffrage wouldn't have passed if it weren't for Republicans? You know, the 13th Amendment wouldn't have passed if it weren't for Republicans. Hey, let's see. Let's talk about you wouldn't have the EPA if it weren't for Republicans. You wouldn't have the Food and Drug Administration if you didn't have Republicans. You wouldn't have the National Forests if you didn't have the Republican Party. Like, the Republican Party always does it and then leaves it behind, and everybody else takes credit for it. So I love my party, but my party's left so much on the table.
Yeah.
But that's what I talk about. I talk about history. I talk about, the party of the KKK. I mean, those Republicans are... Wait, it's not Republicans. Journalists, you're all wrong.
This is what I have to say about the Democrats and Republicans debate, like with the whole after the the Civil War stuff. Basically, the Democrats were doing the Jim Crow laws, right? And they were basically debating with the Republicans and say, we're not going to come back to the United States. We're going to like keep ourselves as the Confederates, even though we lost the war, and like not deal with you guys. And the Republicans had to deal with it and just seceded with their demands because they were like...
Here's the problem that people don't know. Like, history is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've had 3 presidents impeached. 1 impeached twice. So, the Republican got impeached twice. But it was 2 separate Democrats that got impeached. Because people don't realize that the Vice President of the United States for Abraham Lincoln was Johnson, and Johnson was a Democrat, a slave-owning Democrat at that. So the history is there. People don't realize it. They just thought, okay, well, Johnson took over. The radical Republicans were upset with it. They were upset with him because he was basically giving them immunity. Like, he just totally, like the war had never happened. And that's why all of a sudden, here's the thing. I'm going to change my whole thought. So people don't realize, and I'm just going to go here for just a moment, because the KKK is not what people really have made it out to be. It's changed. It's kind of become its own entity. But it was truly a party thing. It was not a black and white thing. It was, if you were a Republican, we're going to kill you, we're going to hang you, we're going to do this. But all black people were Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
It was the white people that kept their mouths shut. When we talk about the silent majority, the majority of those white people that didn't speak out, that's disgusting that they didn't, but they wanted to protect themselves. But all blacks were Republicans, so they were easily targeted. So that's how it starts. Then it becomes racial and goes from there.
Yeah. Also, I heard from my dad, like one of his friends, the reason why he doesn't drive Ford was because back in like the civil rights days and stuff like that, the reason why black people don't drive Fords as much is because during those days, people like the white people who just like hanged black people just like take it on the Fords, and they just drive throughout the neighborhoods and stuff. So a lot of black people have like the trauma of, oh, that happened. I'm not going to buy a Ford because that's.
Well, I mean, no Jew should buy a Ford then, because the most anti-Semitic person, if you read his writings, was Ford. But listen, I always say our country is a better country today because of what we did wrong, and if we hadn't done so much wrong, we wouldn't be such a good nation. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to go backwards.
Yes.
So let's move forward. And thank you very much for being on. You can't make this shit up.
Thank you.
You left. You have your resume with them and everybody.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. We're gonna have to wrap it up. So. What's that? Yeah, we can start cleaning up. This is just. I'm gonna do my last show.
Okay.
Can you hear yourself?
Yes, I can.
Okay. You just testing.
1 2 1 2.
Okay, so I'm Joel Hawksley, and this is You Can't Make This Shit Up. So tell me, what is bringing you here to Intern Pursuit, and introduce yourself.
Well, first off, my name is Andrew. I'm a film major with a minor in digital media, and I've listened to several podcasts, specifically American History Tellers, and I feel that in the media world that a podcast is a very interesting form of entertainment as well as news, and it provides an opportunity that's wholly unique to the podcast experience.
Well, I think podcasting is just a bunch of bloviating, which makes me feel so much better that I got it off my chest, and then I go to sleep well, and then everybody can say, I heard that you said, and I go, yeah, so what the fuck? I mean, of course I said it.
Yeah.
And then I have Republicans that yell at me that, hey, you don't agree with this, this, and this, and I'm like, yeah, so
Well,
I'm a traditionalist. I mean, want to talk about history? We talk about history.
I don't really follow either party myself, but still, yeah, I consider myself more of an originalist.
This guy came on my show and said he doesn't party. I mean, come on.
I'm independent.
No, but you said you didn't party.
I'm not in favor of. I don't follow either.
No, I said you don't party. Like that's this one, right? Yeah. So he's not a party animal. So we know that he's not partying. He's not with the Democrats or the Republicans. So we know that too. Yeah, David's a Democrat. He's my CEO, and I'm the COO, so I'm a Republican. We were at so many functions together. We were doing all these different things, and we were like always talking and getting along. And it was like, why don't other people in our parties do the same thing? Why don't we have dialogue anymore? Why don't we have discourse? Why don't we have a conversation? And that's what built this.
Well, really, when it comes to that, I think there's pretty much several factors. First of all, polarization is one of them. Like people get very highly involved in certain aspects of the issues we have in society, and
but why polarize? Why do we get polarized? Why is it because of the internet? Because of social media? What is it that's making us go down that rabbit hole? Why are we getting more upset with each other?
Honestly, it's a mix of factors. But one of the things is just like it is a growing lack of need to compromise, because that's something that I think that would be would help out very early on in American history.
Well, the word compromise is totally blown away, because it's like capitulation is what they think. It's a different word.
Yeah, it's what I'm
but compromise has become capitulation in the eyes of Democrats and Republicans.
But for me, like when I look at compromise, I look at look at the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? You could take the best of one aspect and the best of another, and that puts the that basically is where you find the middle ground. Like you have the good example when we were drafting the Constitution, the Virginia and the New Jersey compromise. These were the Virginia and New Jersey plans. Two different ideas of how to do voting, and as a result, we had what I think it was the Connecticut Compromise. It was the Gray Compromise. It's more commonly referred to, which created the Electoral College,
which is a beautiful thing, and it will. I'm a defender 100% of the Electoral College. I will defend it to the very end.
Same.
So I mean, it is the one thing that makes our states have a voice, an equal voice. I'm sorry. That's my passion. It's like. don't you dare California me. Don't you dare, put me in that box.
If, in actuality, when you think about it, at the time, the most populous state in the nation
Virginia.
was actually New York. When New York was one of the most popular, like the only two states would have like the majority say because they had the biggest population.
New York and Virginia had the largest population, but Virginia was more settled by this time. Because remember, Pennsylvania is actually, bigger than technically the New York. New York like explodes right during the Industrial Revolution. Like that's when New York like blows up.
I would say it started blowing up right a little bit before that.
Well, it actually started blowing up during the Revolutionary War because Washington didn't defend it.
Yeah, that's right.
Some history.
Yeah, most of the war in New York was actually under British control, and it was to cut off the supply lines between the North and the South. So,
I like to remind people that even Washington didn't want to go to New York.
There's so much about history that's been forgotten. Like for me, one of the biggest points in history that I feel like has been largely forgotten are the Barbary Wars. Those were a series of conflicts during Jefferson and Madison's presidency, and they tied into a lot of events. Because the Barbary Corsairs not only impressed sailors, but they also kidnapped and even killed these sailors. And in the worst case, they got them involved in what was called the Barbary slave trade, it was not as big as the transatlantic slave trade in terms of like the number of people was there.
Nope.
But it was a very brutal and horrific slave trade.
And this is where people. John Adams is known as the father of the Navy because what he did was he disagreed with with Jefferson on how to deal with this, and he went with the Navy, and Jefferson does a totally different. When he becomes president, he tackles it totally differently.
Yeah, he tackles it differently, but the specific, and for me, there's a lot more to it because part of it was not only was it a mix of impressment of sailors and money, but also I think there's a bit of religion involved in that.
Oh, I was going to say
because
big time because they were Muslim and
and it was in that time frame it was high practice, especially among the Corsairs, to effectively attack, and in some cases either. Like what they did was partially because of their own religion, basically because according to Islam, if you are not a Muslim, you are considered an infidel.
Correct. I mean this is where a lot of people don't play the religion plays a lot into what was going on because that's the end result was coming from and why they were involved in it and all. But piracy had become, extremely for everybody because you have the English and you had the French and you had the privateers and then
because in Europe it was a mess because you had the different privateers going in at each other trying to get impressing sailors. The Barbary Corsairs where you either paid them large tributes or they would take your sailors and either enslave them or impress them into foreign armies. That was a common practice at the time.
Yep.
And Jefferson basically told I think it was the Sultan of Tripoli, screw that, we're not going to pay this tribute, we're going to war. And he basically, and I did not know this until college, but apparently they spoke Italian because they were and Sicilian because they operated out of that area.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And it was kind of, and following the first Barbary War, it was kind of the beginning and the end for the Corsairs, if you think about it.
Well, I'm glad you bring it up because it definitely has a lot of history to it. And, it's a lot to get into. It's one of those things that totally amazed me because this is something, every bit of history is important and, things like this get lost. Cuba, we can talk about Cuba.
Oh, yeah,
we can talk about yellow journalism. We can talk about all these different things. Yeah. But I think we avoid those conversations because we'll just give you a little bit of history on it, and then we'll move on. We'll give you a little bit and move on.
A little bit of context, and we'll just go on. Like there's still a lot of stuff that went into that. Like you have like even with Jefferson's presidency, we know he was a pragmatist. Like a lot of the stuff he tried to undo some of even Hamilton's work. Like when it comes to the national bank, but it was but he found that it was not only too far in, but it was also effective enough that it kept the country together.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, listen, when Andrew Jackson comes in, he sets up Mountain Van Buren for the biggest fall of his life.
Yes, he does.
So I mean, we could talk about
Oh,
these
boy.
things. But a man who put his whole life into Jackson, building the Democrat Party for Jackson to get elected, and then to take over after Jackson and go, oh, beep, 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 beep. Yes, so Martin Van Buren, the very first actual U.S. citizen,
Become
president, first one to ever speak a foreign language other than English and French. He spoke Dutch. There's a whole lot about Van Buren you could talk about, but nope, we're going to talk about
the
money.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that one. We're gonna talk about the corrupt bargain.
Yep. So we can praise a person and we can destroy him on the same thing.
Yeah.
But I have to go because I am already 20 minutes past the time that they allow me have.
Yep.
I'm so glad you're here. Please, hopefully you've left your resume and everything.
I only had one resume with me. I can probably send you a copy already.
Well, you get my business card. Shoot me a copy of the resume, and we'll talk. Because I'm talking to everybody. That even if I haven't spoken to them here, I'm talking to everybody because I want interns that want to network. I want interns that want to experience. Not paid, but you can get paid by the people you meet. So, thank you very much. And you cannot make this shit up. We are still here, way too late after the time, and we're gonna get kicked out. See, everybody else cleaned up. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
No, thank you. 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 7 seconds, and still don't.